Get Animal Welfare Certified 80% lean ground beef for $4.49 a pound through May 17th, plus an extra 10% off for Prime members, while supplies last. See more on the Whole Foods Market app.
Be at Dodger Stadium Monday, May 16th, when the Dodgers meet the Diamondbacks. See one of the first 40,000 fans in attendance and add a 2022 Walker Dealer bobblehead to your collection, courtesy of Bank of America. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotion.
1877 Cards Review. KNRS Cards Review. 1877 Cards Review. Donate your card today.
With gas prices at all-time highs, now's the time to donate. Running or not, your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Donate your car today at carsforkids.org.
1877 Cards Review. Donate your card today.
Did you know fixing outdoor leaks can save 27 to 90 gallons of water per day? Even tiny leaks can be huge water wasters. Conserving water starts with a few simple water-saving actions at home and in your yard, like adjusting your sprinklers and adding drip irrigation so you water only where it's needed. We can all do our part to conserve water. Visit SaveOurWater.com for more water-saving tips. Save water, save California.
Why choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number? Because our Sleep Number 360 smart bed is really smart. It senses your movement and automatically adjusts to help keep you full of comfortable. Plus, it's temperature balancing so you stay cool. It's even smart enough to know exactly how long, how well, and when you slept, and to help you get almost 30 minutes more restful sleep per night. Sleep Number takes care of the science. All you have to do is sleep. And now, during our Memorial Day sale, save $1,000 on the Sleep Number 360 Special Edition Smart Bed Queen now in $19.99, only for limited time. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
Has your business been the target of an ADA non-compliance lawsuit? Then there are two calls to make: your attorney and R-Corps, the ADA compliance and certification experts. Go to ADAGurus.com, ADAGurus.com.
We've got your new AC, and we're ready to install it. Kenny anticipated those supply chain problems. We built a bunch of new ghetto systems before the prices jumped up. Buy a new ghetto today, and we'll install it tomorrow. Ghetto, G-O-E-T-T-L.
How many miles are you up to on the Peloton?
That's awesome. It already turned into a $2,800 clothes hanger.
Nice.
That's great.
Well, because it's got the handle so you can hang the shirts. And you can put the towels on the seat.
The Tim Conway Jr. Show.
It's really nice.
Weeknights at 6 on KFI. KFI AM 640 handle here on a Wednesday morning, May 11th. Inflation news happened this morning. Consumer Price Index went down incrementally a hair from 8.5 to 8.3. That's pocket change. I mean, that's around the error, except that may mean that the rate of inflation has really slowed down or has even leveled off. So that was good news. California is usually at the head of the pack because California is, well, yeah, we're more liberal, as you know, we're more all-encompassing, we're more diverse, I mean, yada, 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 right? Except in one area. If you are infertile, and this is my wheelhouse because I've dealt with this since 1980, if you are infertile, insurance companies aren't forced to pay your infertility costs here. 17 states, they are. California is not. And the problem is, and it's even considered now, infertility, your inability to have children, which is 15% of the population has infertility problems, is not considered a medical condition. It's not an insurable medical condition. Well, I mean, there's been an uproar, and the fight has been going on forever. And obviously, the couples that come to me or came to me for surrogacy or egg donation, it was all cash up front. To give you an idea of the amount that it costs for surrogacy is today $150,000, $170,000. There is no kid or group of kids on this planet that are worth $150,000. I just want to make a point right now. My kids were born with in vitro fertilization. The cost was astronomical, and the only reason that I'm reasonably happy, I got two for the price of one. I got a half-off sale. And so that at least makes it, the per unit price was not too bad in my case.
And girls, if you're listening, he loves you more than anything.
You're talking to my daughters?
Yes.
They wouldn't listen. Okay, they wouldn't listen if someone stuck a gun to their heads. So the point is infertility is on its way. You know, there are two bills pending. Up to this point, there's been bill after bill after bill introduced to make the cost of infertility, IVF specifically, not surrogacy, not egg donation, which is, you know, on a whole different level, to make insurance companies pay and cover it. Not a chance. Never happened. Why? Because insurance companies, you know how much power insurance companies have? Oh no, we don't want to cover it. If they had their way, they would just pay. They would just collect premiums and pay nothing. You make the claim, nah, we're not interested. But I lost my leg in this accident. You can hop on the other one. I mean, that's the insurance company. They just say no to everything. So they were able to fight this, and another bill goes in the works. And this one is introduced by Assembly Member Buffy Wicks, Oakland Democrat, and that's Assembly Bill 2029, would require some health insurance plans to cover fertility treatments, including in vitro. And it also broadens the definition of infertility, so more people. What is infertility? Even that is up in the air. 6 months of trying, so many certified stoops to no avail. And you have to actually note, 8:15 Monday night, we had a rip-roaring good one. The next week, it was okay. You know, I wasn't too excited. And we don't know the formula because every doctor and every group has just a different definition. But generally, 6 months of trying, it does not work. Obviously, trying at the appropriate times. Clearly, and then there's a whole world is when sex or when artificial insemination happens, you pick a basal body temperature, and you do it only at certain times. Basically, Vatican roulette, where you use the rhythm method, and you want to have it happen at those certain times, 2 weeks past menstruation, and that's theoretically when a woman is most able to get pregnant.
Did you call it Vatican roulette?
Yeah, you know, the Catholics. This is always, you don't use condoms, you have sex only during those times. And that is, or you have sex during those times to maximize the possibility of a pregnancy.
Vatican roulette.
Well, yeah, that's the rhythm method. And anyway, so at this point, we're trying, and I'm part of that, have been for years and years, trying to get insurance companies to pay. Massachusetts, being the first one out, said yes, and we thought that was going to sweep the nation. 17 states? Not here. So who opposes it? The health insurance lobby, the business groups oppose these bills. And it gets really interesting because they're not inherently against covering infertility because they agree that infertility is a problem. People should have kids. Remember, this is not an abortion issue. This is the creation of families. Who's going to be against that? So why do they say no? Why do they not want to cover it? Well, what do you think? It's logical. It's the money. It's the money. The California Association of Health Plans, they're spending more money against this bill this year than anything else that they're spending money on. And a spokesperson for the association says, as health plans, we have to be concerned about the cost for everyone. We're not disputing the merits of the bill, but they do increase health care costs for Californians. Of course they do. If you have more covered, if you are adding medical issues and saying, okay, you got to cover those too, of course it's going to cost more money. And of course your premiums are going to go up. And usually there's a limit too. it's one or two infertility treatments, particularly IVF. That's the big one here, because the cost of IVF literally can be $15,000-$20,000 a go. You've got the doctor, and these are trained. These are infertility guys and women who are gynecologists and then take a subspecialty in fertility, and they have a lot of experience. They do a residency, etc. So you have highly trained doctors. Then you have the drugs involved, which is really expensive. And keep in mind, that's not covered by the government anyway. Some insurance plans do, some employers do. Then you have the lab itself, where the eggs have to be placed in this medium, little petri dishes. By the way, those little glass petri dishes, that's where they got the name in vitro, in glass. It's the little petri dishes in which the egg is placed and the sperm is dropped, and theoretically, the sperm swims all over the place. And I'm not going to get into the actual medical part of it, because that's an hour and a half just to figure out conception. And it takes several days, which is why I love talking about when does conception happen. All right, coming up, the Women's Health Protection Act. How is it as against Roe v. Wade? Is it under threat? Oh, yeah, the votes today. This is KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
If you already know what you want us to say, you're probably in the wrong place.
KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Anticipating a vote. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Democrats in the U.S. Senate plan to force a vote on legislation that would codify a woman's right to abortions nationwide. It's seen as a protest gesture because it is almost certain to fail. It won't get enough votes to pass. The Supreme Court is expected to overturn Roe v. Wade. A Senate investigation shows LA Mayor Garcetti likely knew his top advisor was sexually harassing people and making racist comments.
The 23-page report shows text messages, witness statements, depositions, and emails outlining Rick Jacobs' misconduct and Garcetti's knowledge of it. The ranking Republican in the Senate Judiciary, Iowa's Chuck Grassley, called for the investigation. President Biden nominated Garcetti to be the U.S. ambassador to India, but Grassley paused the nomination hearing after learning of Garcetti's involvement. The report was released yesterday afternoon, and Garcetti told KFI News he doesn't agree with the opinions in the report. He is pleased, however, Grassley has lifted the hold and hopes his nomination can soon be considered by the Senate. Steve Gregory, KFI News.
The woman accused of killing her 3 young kids in West Hills on Mother's Day has been charged with murder. The LA County DA's office said prosecutors are working to hold those who are responsible accountable. Authorities say the woman was charged with the 3 counts of murder. They say the mom's accused of murdering her 12-year-old daughter, 10-year-old son, and 8-year-old son. Authorities say they will not file criminal charges against former heavyweight champ Mike Tyson after he was recorded on video punching another first-class passenger on a plane at San Francisco International Airport. Tyson's lawyers have previously said the boxer was on a flight with an aggressive passenger who began harassing him and threw a water bottle at him while he was in his seat. Airplanes capable of monitoring the behavior of wildfires and communicating that information to ground crews will become part of the state's firefighting arsenal. Governor Newsom will announce a commitment to spend $30 million on planes equipped with state-of-the-art sensors when he unveils his budget Friday. The technology gives crews the ability to detect heat and see through thick plumes of smoke. A passenger on board a single-engine plane was forced to land at Palm Beach International Airport in Florida yesterday after the pilot reportedly suffered a medical emergency. The passenger was able to contact air traffic control and explain the situation.
You
have no idea how to fly the airplane. Air traffic control located the plane. The controller, who was also a flight instructor, calmly guided the passenger to a safe landing. The pilot was taken to the hospital. And Elon Musk says he will restore former President Trump's Twitter account if his acquisition of the social media platform goes through.
I think current bans just fundamentally undermine trust in Twitter as a account where everyone can voice their opinion.
The Tesla CEO spoke at a conference yesterday hosted by the Financial Times and says permanent bans should be reserved for bots or spam accounts. We've got an update on the 405 after sports with Wayne.
The Dodgers bounced back from an opening loss to demolish the Pittsburgh Pirates in Game 2 by a score of 11-1, including this dinger from Edwin Rios.
Rios hits a high fly ball to right. It's carried at the warning track. It is at the wall. It is gone over the Clemente wall for a 2-run home run. Edwin Rios makes it 11-0.
Although the Pirates did get one little run on the board before it was all over, the series concludes this morning at 9:35 live on AM 570 LA Sports. The Angels' victory over the Tampa Bay Rays was even more lopsided. It was a 12-0 shutout. That series wraps up today at 4:07 with Shohei Ohtani on the mound. And the Kings have taken the lead in their playoff series against the Edmonton Oilers, winning Game 5 by a score of 5-4. They could take it all in Game 6 tomorrow at 7 at home, live in HD on the iHeart app. I'm Wayne Resnick, KFI Sports.
Checking your KFI financial report that's brought to you by Sweet James Accident Attorneys. The Dow is up 223, S&P up 17, NASDAQ down 46. And the average price of a gallon of unleaded gas in California is $5.85. For the lowest gas prices in your area, you can check out our website at kfiam640.com, keyword gas.
If you're hurt in an accident, call the attorneys at Sweet James, 800-500-5200.
SoCal weather from KFI, a lot like yesterday with mostly sunny conditions and highs in the mid-60s to low 70s. We'll warm it up into the upper 70s right at 80 tomorrow, and then we'll see 80s, low 90s for Friday, and 80s, low to mid-90s for Saturday. Right now it's 54 in Fullerton, 53 in Encino. Let's get an update on the 405.
Boy, talking about Encino, well put, Jennifer. Boy, if you have to use the South 405 leaving the San Fernando Valley, make the call. This is going to make you late, that's for sure. I hate to sort of report that way, but South 405 on the downhill side, Getty Center ramp, 2 right lanes are blocked on the freeway, and the off-ramp, a rig issue that's been working all morning long. That's the problem. The South 405 stops at Roscoe Boulevard. Now, all the surface streets up and over the hill are terrible. Even that Havenhurst route up to Mulholland, that's used up. Southbound Sloboda Boulevard, worse than the freeway. The canyons are bad. As a matter of fact, there was a crash on Coldwater Mulholland, so Coldwater's backed up almost to the Ventura Freeway. Beverly Glen slightly better, even Laurel's busy. South 170, that got jammed up. There was a crash at Spurbank Boulevard. However, once you get past that and up and over the hill, Cahuenga Pass, South Hollywood, pretty much Sunset Boulevard down to the 4 level. That might be a savior. I had to look at westbound Santa Monica. There's a lot of people using westbound Santa Monica Boulevard from the Hollywood Freeway out to West LA, so hopefully that might help you. Tough morning. Jeff Barr, KFI in the sky. This hour of the Bill Handel Show is brought to you by WDC Kitchen and Bath Center. Find the biggest selection of appliances and fixtures in Southern California at WDCappliances.com, WDCappliances.com. Hi, this is Greg the Dive Master. I've been hosting Scuba Radio, a talk show devoted to diving for over 25 years. I'm getting ready for the diving event of the year. Scuba Show is happening this weekend, May 14th and 15th at the Long Beach Convention Center. It's family fun for divers and anyone who loves the underwater world. Hundreds of exhibitors, entertaining seminars, prizes, and trips are up for grabs. Go to scubashow.com for info. That's scubashow.com. And I'll see you this weekend at the Long Beach Convention Center for the Scuba Show.
I want to tell you why I love my Purigan Water whole house water filtration system. I know what I'm drinking. With Purigan, it's safe. My water's great, and I don't have to lift those 5-gallon water bottles. The things are 40 pounds. Plus, 0 down and no payments for the first 3 months. Unbeatable customer service with free lifetime servicing. And if you ever have a problem, Purigan's there at no charge. And don't forget all those 5-star reviews. So know what you're drinking, call 844-80-WATER or go to the website PURagainwater.com.
Californians have worked really hard to beat COVID-19 by doing the things we know work best, like getting vaccinated and boosted, testing before and after travel, staying home when feeling sick, and wearing a mask when it can protect us and others. Let's continue to do our part to keep each other safer from COVID-19. When we work together, there's nothing we can't overcome. Learn more at covid19.ca.gov. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Hey, all, it's Dean Sharp. Aldic Home has been the unrivaled master of lifelike silk flowers and home accessories for more than 60 years. But did you also know that Aldic carries the finest in outdoor patio furniture? It's summer classic, and it's so good, Aldic doesn't even want you to buy it. Just come down and take it for a test drive or test sit. Then go anywhere else and compare. Aldic knows you'll be back. Find Aldic on Sepulveda in Van Nuys and on the web at aldichome.com. That's ALDIK home.com.
Call Service Champions for their $88 professional AC tune-up at 833-777-7777.
KFI.
More stimulating talk.
An iHeart radio station.
KFI AM 640. Bill Handel here. It is a Wednesday morning, May 11th. A couple of big things going on today. First of all, the inflation rate. The consumer price index came out this morning. And the inflation rate went from 8.5, annualized, went from 8.5% to 8.3. That's incremental. That's literally a rounding error, but it may mean that this astronomical rise month after month after month is slowing down and may go the other way. We don't know yet. We're going to know in the next month or two as every monthly report comes out. Also, today is a really, really important vote in the Senate. And here is, let's do a backstory real quick. This is one of the most important votes in which the outcome is certain that I have seen. Why would the Senate move ahead with a vote that we know, they know, is never going to be passed? Usually it's okay, we're done. We drop it, we're not going to go anyplace, not worth the effort, but this one is to establish abortion protection, federal abortion protection in light of what's going to happen with the Supreme Court in Roe versus Wade. Roe versus Wade is definitely going to be decided being overturned. The court is going to overturn Roe v. Wade. It will not be a constitutionally protected right anymore. So how do you undo that? Can it be undone? You bet. Congress can vote to effectively go the other way. Saying, oh, okay, the court can say whatever the hell it wants. We're going to pass federal laws that protect abortion rights. And the Supreme Court can't do jack about that. Even if it's not federally protected, it doesn't matter. So now the fight is in Congress. And this has to do with the vote today to effectively codify Roe v. Wade, make it a federal law to protect women. And the name of this bill is the Women's Health Protection Act, the WHPA. And what it aims to do is simply take the terms of Roe v. Wade, the protections, etc., and simply make it federal law. Is it going to happen? Of course not. It has stalled in the Senate. It passed the House narrowly last September. And the issue now becomes, how do you get 60 senators on board, where it's probably going to fail with every Republican senator saying no, and maybe a couple of Democratic senators saying no. And it needs 60. And 60 is the filibuster rule. It used to be 60 for virtually every major law. And how is it that Supreme Court justice is, you can just vote with a simple minority or simple majority? Well, that was Mitch McConnell. That's the nuclear button that's pressed. The nuclear bomb in legislation now makes it a simple majority. That's for justices, not for all the other bills. This bill, as well as other major bills, is going to require 60 votes to pass. And then there's a filibuster rule, and I want to get into that, but let's just keep it real easy and call it 60 votes. Ain't going to happen. We know that. So why do it? Why would you do it? And I'll tell you exactly why. You have Schumer and the Republicans, and I would guess even Biden, although he has not gone too crazy at talking about it. And that is that Chuck Schumer, Democratic majority leader in the Senate until the midterms, he wants it on the record. He wants every single senator to vote one way or the other, and he especially wants the Republicans to be put on the record saying no. Because what happens if you're a Republican and you just simply stay away from the vote? And you sort of, you waffle on it. Yes, kids, and I'm in favor of families, and you're with Roe v. Wade, your precedent is there, and it's the law of the land. Well, it's like Kavanaugh said during the hearings for his confirmation to be on the Supreme Court bench. But yeah, it's precedent. Roe v. Wade is precedent. Yes, we have to pay attention to precedent, and it is settled law. And not only is it Roe v. Wade, but the subsequent case, Casey law, was talked about M.D. Gordon, affirmed the Roe v. Wade decision, and yes, precedent is important. And of course, he was against Roe v. Wade. He was overturned. He didn't technically lie, but certainly the implication was that he let's say, a little bit on the disingenuous side. So what Sheila wants is all of these senators on the record because that's going to be important. Because if a senator comes out and votes no, certainly vulnerable to those who are pro-abortion forces. And this is going to break down, and we know that it's already there, anti- and pro-abortion is one of the big issues of the day. So I want to come back, and I want to talk more about the act itself, what it will do. We know it's going to fail, but I want to talk about it so we can understand exactly what it means, how far it goes, and what it means to the states. That's all coming up. In the meantime, let's check in with Jennifer, live on the KFI 24-hour news here.
Well, Apple's new return to work plan has angered some employees and prompted some to even resign from their jobs. Apple CEO Tim Cook recently announced the company would go to a 3-day in-office work week May 23rd. A former San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputy is pleaded guilty for pretending to have millions of dollars. Christopher Bernal pleaded guilty earlier this week for 11 counts of wire fraud and for filing false tax returns. And a nonprofit in Oakland is offering test kits that detect fentanyl. That kit is a quick test that makes it a little more than 5 minutes to get a result. Well, SoCal weather from the Driveway.com Weather Center looks like a mostly sunny day ahead with highs in the mid-60s to the low 70s. This report is brought to you by Amtrak. Let's take a look at your drive now with Jeff Bob, KFI in the sky, and we're going to the 101.
Leading trying to pass southbound Hollywood Freeway, just from the full right down to the full level. Low use instead of the 405. Now listen up. Down 405 leaving the valley. No exaggeration. Roscoe Boulevard up and over the hill all the way to the city's in a ramp. That's what it's been right over the side all morning long. They're still working with it. Too right in the off-ramp. The delays are horrendous. The quality is going to be good. Even the canyon roads now, up and over the hill, from the San Fernando Valley side to Hollywood side, they're all jammed up. A lot of time involved. Hollywood Freeway, as slow as it is, remember, these stall lanes are open. Just high in the sky.
Gas prices are high, so add Amtrak. Don't choose your adventurous side without breaking your travel budget. Amtrak gets you there with more money in your wallet. Book in advance and save up to 20% at Amtrak.com. Restrictions and exclusions apply. This report is sponsored by LADWP. Are you behind on your LADWP water and power bill? LADWP can help. They have payment plans and assistance programs to help you pay past due bills and even save on future bills. Don't wait. Learn more at LADWP.com/cares or by calling 1-800-DIAL-DWP.
Your time is important. No matter what your age or stage, we know you're busy. That's why you should donate your car to Cars for Kids right now. Cars for Kids offers hassle-free and quick pickup for every dollar. Save precious time. Fill out the easy online form at carsforkids.org. They'll send someone over the very next day to tow away your old or unusable car. Cars for Kids is the quickest and fastest way to get rid of your car. So do a good deed without losing any time from your schedule. Just go to carsforkids.org today, and remember, that's cars with a K.
Well, there's times when DIY just won't do. It's Burcon. For over 70 years, families have trusted Court for clean, healthy homes. Our certified technicians use custom methods to deep clean and sanitize just about everything. Call 800-4CORD or visit Court.com for 35% off a deep clean, backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Steve on and berries for your smoothies at Whole Foods Market. Get 2 6-ounce organic raspberries for $7 through May 17th, plus an extra 10% off for Prime members while supplies last. Promo varies by location. See app for details.
At Tech Medicine at USC, we see the limitless potential in you. But what does limitless really mean? Limitless is sunrise brainstorms and midnight oils, elbow grease and extra miles. It's hours of work for breakthroughs we'll never forget. And hours of made-up stories for grandchildren who will remember forever. Here at Tech Medicine at USC, we see the limitless potential because we're limitless too. Tech Medicine at USC. Limitless.
Charles Manger at Saddleback Eye Center. He will give you the all-new Laser Light LASIK exam. Have you heard? The Laser Light LASIK exam uses a laser, measures your eyes over 1,000 times to perfectly map your vision. Everyone's eye is slightly different. We're all like snowflakes. And the Laser Light LASIK exam helps Dr. Manger, when he does the procedure, to give you crystal clear vision. And I will give away a Laser Light LASIK exam to the first 14 KFI callers. I'll give you the phone number in a moment, so have your phone ready. If you're nearsighted, farsighted, you have astigmatism, or you need reading glasses, Dr. Manger can do it all. You've been told you're not a candidate for LASIK. You may now qualify for it. Now that Dr. Manger has the Laser Light LASIK exam. It takes over 1,000 measurements of your eyes. Be one of the first 14 callers to get the free exam. Call 866-559-4444. 866-559-4444. 866-559-4444.
We've got your new AC and we're ready to install it. Kenny anticipated those supply chain problems. We built a bunch of new gale systems before the prices jumped up. Buy a new gale today and we'll install it tomorrow. Gale, GLE, TTL.
One of the headlines says, Nation goes scorched earth. He's trying to say, look at me.
I'm your guy.
Right? I'm Biden, CL, Kamala Harris is a fool. I'm the man. Yeah. Talk about 2024 here. I'm not a fool. John and Ted. I'm more woke than you are. Hi, I'm supporting Bill Howard Wednesday morning, May 11th. And boy, a whole lot is going on today, to say the least. First of all, inflation number came in this morning, consumer price index, and it declined. Well, it actually has gone down. It's still very high. And let's say astronomically high relative to 2-3% we used to have. Now it is 8.3% annualized. Is from 8.5% last month to the month before. So is that good news? We'll see over the next couple of months. I mean, this could just be a rounding error, as we talked this morning, to Caleb Silver, whether we actually up the key. Definitely go to the vote that happened today in the Senate. I think that's critically important. And as I said in the last segment, I don't even remember the last time I saw a vote take place in which a bill is absolutely guaranteed to lose. Usually, whenever they don't have the votes, right, there's a nose count that the leader does. Either it's the leader of the House, the Speaker of the House, or it's the majority leader in the Senate, figures out how many votes there are, and if it doesn't work, they don't have the votes, they doesn't go on the floor. I just, okay, we don't have it. Well, today they don't have it, yet it's going on the floor. Chuck Schumer, who is the Senate Majority Leader, is putting on the floor the Women's Health Protection Act, the WHPA. And what it does is simply codify Roe v. Wade. The terms of Roe v. Wade protect abortion protections and make it federal law. It's no reason. There's no question about it, but he wants it on the record. He wants every single senator on the record to have voted one way or the other because of, obviously, its political outcome. The fallout politically. And it's going to go both ways. This is whether it's so fascinating. It's so polarizing what's going on. So what is this bill? Now keep in mind, Roe v. Wade is constitutionally protected abortion. That's privacy is where it's under that. And that's going to be gone. And we know it goes to the states. And it's pretty scary stuff that the Supreme Court is doing. Not necessarily vis-a-vis, and that translates, how about LGBTQ rights? Can somebody do something, can a state do something about that? Because now there's no protection theoretically. Well, the court in that initial draft said this is not about rights of gay people or trans people. Those are protected. So we're still keeping those. This is only as to abortion. It is not about birth control. It is only as to abortion. And here is the problem as I see it. And that is that this court is also going to expand religious rights. It is going to say, and I guarantee you, what the court is going to say is religious rights are paramount to everything else. Which, in my opinion, means that if you want to discriminate against gays, which is illegal, but if you do it based on your religious beliefs, that supersedes everything. That's where you're going to see the problem. Not so much the abortion issue. That's done as far as a constitutionally protected right. Finished. But when it comes to opening up other forms of discrimination, under religious beliefs, remember cupcake seller, cupcake baker in Colorado, I'm not doing this for a gay couple. Do gay couples have rights? Of course they do. I'm just not doing it. I'm discriminating. Fine. It's a religious issue. And that's where the court's going to uphold it. So what this bill does is takes it out of the hands of the court completely. Just says it's federal law that abortions are protected. And the court can't say anything about that, because once Congress passes a law that in fact passes constitutional muster, and it is very hard for the court to say that some bill passed by Congress is unconstitutional. It can, but it becomes virtually impossible. So if this bill passes, which it won't, then you have Roe v. Wade being destroyed by the Supreme Court, and in fact being reenacted, those protections being reenacted by the Senate. And if the Senate passed it, which it won't, then you have the House, which did pass it, and of course President Biden would sign it into law. And then that leaves wide open, you have another Congress going the other way. And that almost never happens. So it's you're not going to see it, and you would never see this. And also has to do with the fact that we have a Congress that will, Senate, that will never go to 60 votes one way or the other. It's impossible today. It is absolutely impossible because every single vote on every single topic goes along party lines, except for Ukraine. What the Senate just did with Ukraine, the president wanted, I think, $32 billion to help Ukraine militarily, as well as humanitarian, as well as rebuilding. And the Senate said, oh, no, we're going to give you $40 billion. What you wanted is not enough, Mr. President. Now, how about a social program that would be introduced by the administration? It has no chance of passing in a Republican Senate. None. Now, you can make value judgments all the way, but this is how it breaks down. Our political system right now, our political positions, and we keep on talking about polarization. Social programs go no place. Military programs go crazy. And when it comes to Ukraine, everybody is in favor of helping Ukraine. It's a much bigger deal than just a country being attacked by a country, Russia. It has to do with NATO. It has to do with the possibility of World War III. And clearly, I understand the importance of that. And I have no problem with supporting Ukraine. The problem I have is when it comes to that issue, the Republicans are all in line with the Democrats. When it comes to other issues, not a chance. Infrastructure, everybody was on board. COVID, everybody was on board. But those aren't social programs. And that is one of the big problems we have. So back to the bill that's going to happen today, that the vote is going to take place today. It has tremendous political significance for a bill that's going to fail. Far more than usual. Look at the demonstrations on both sides. When was the last time you saw this level of demonstration on either side of the issue? And I'll tell you what I've never seen before is pro-abortion demonstrators going in front of Supreme Court justices' homes to demonstrate. I mean, that is crazy. Now we've reached the point where that line has been crossed. Protest all you want in front of the Capitol, protest all you want in front of the Supreme Court building. That is, in my opinion, and certainly everybody else's, legitimate. First Amendment rights, no problem. But getting in front of a justice's home and screaming and harassing, and what does the justice and his family do? And the hundreds of people with placards and screaming and yelling, I'm assuming they have bullhorns too, and you just close the gates and you go out the front door, you can't. And security surrounds the building, surrounds the home. I mean, how does anybody go to work like that? Where what the justices do has gone from a decision based on their view of the Constitution. Let me tell you, the anti-abortion folks, or the pro-abortion folks, who believe that Roe v. Wade is bad law, I mean, there is a logic to what they say. This isn't crazy stuff. I mean, being anti-contraception is crazy stuff. Being against gay marriage, in my opinion, is crazy stuff. What do you care? Well, my religious beliefs, so what? But being against abortion, that is a legitimate argument, both legally as well as morally. I disagree, but there's a basis for that. And then that attack on that abortion, the anti-abortion office of one of the anti-abortion groups, Molotov cocktails thrown in, and the place vandalized, and arson took place. I mean, that's how crazy we have gone with this.